I'm wanting to make a branding iron to brand wooden objects when I make them, and I need a piece of aluminum. I'm going to try it out on that. It probably really should be made out of brass, but I don't really have any brass. I'd have to find some, and I've got this aluminum. This is a riser or a sprue. I don't remember which one it was, but anyway, when I poured an aluminum casting, so I cut this piece out of the middle, and we're going to go over to the mill and get it squared up. I've got a V-block back here in the back and a couple of parallels laid in here. This thing's really rough, so I just kind of got to get a flat started on it. Got a fly cutter set up, and all right, let me get this adjusted and we'll get started. Okay, let's get that side cleaned up. It's giving us a pretty good finish on there. Okay, next we're going to turn it up this way and start milling some flats on it. With the first cut. Okay, we got these two sides done, top and bottom. Now we put it up against a square. Let's start these last two sides. Okay, we got a vise screwed down to the CNC machine, and our blank is in there with a couple of parallels under it to raise it up high enough. We're going to get that clamped in nice and tight. Let me give it a whack. Okay. Now we'll get the CNC machine all set up and start cutting. Here it is, right out of the CNC machine. It's 100 thousandths deep, and it looks really good. It's still got that margin around it because I didn't think about the size of the block, and when I went and made this aluminum block, I made it as large as I could out of the piece that I was using, and didn't realize, well, I just didn't think about it leaving that edge around there. So, because I did know that the original block was like 1.25 inches, and I think this block's 1 inch in 300 thousandths. So, I'm going to have to clean that edge off of it. I'll probably just put it in the mill and put a chamfer around it. Alright, here's what it looks like after knocking those edges off in the mill. And next thing I'm going to do is put a handle on it so that when I heat this, and I'm just going to heat it with a torch, it won't burn my hand. Alright, I've got to mark the center of this so I can drill a hole out. It would have been easier if I had done it before I chamfered the edges off, but luckily this doesn't have to be exactly in the center. It just needs to sort of look like it's in the center, so this should be close enough. Let's see. All right. Alright, let's get a hole drilled. Alright, I'm getting the part lined up in here, and I don't want to put it down on any parallels because all I've got is these chamfers on the side, so that's not going to really help me, and then I don't want to get the letters mashed on the bottom, so I'm just going to square it up like this. That should be good enough for what I'm doing here. Okay, I've got a point in my chuck just to hold my tap straight. I'm going to drop this down, drop the quill down into it. Using some Tap Magic for aluminum. And I'm just going to feed this quill slowly while I turn the tap. That just keeps it straight for me. Now this is a taper tap. I've got a plug tap, a bottoming tap. I'm going to feed in there next, and it'll cut threads all the way to the bottom of the hole. There's the threads that we cut with the tap. Just made beautiful threads. Okay, we got a 1/4 inch rod and a 1/4 20 die. Just going to drip a little bit of Tap Magic fluid on there. Alright, so here's our rod that we just cut the threads on. Get that to focus. There we go. Put a nut on it. And now thread that into the back. It's just almost perfect. Let's take that. Tighten that up. Okay, now all we need is a handle on the end. Alright, this is a piece of oak that I had under the table, and I'm going to use it to make a handle. So I've got to mark center on here. I can drive this in. Okay. Alright, we'll get this put in the lathe. Alright. Just going to try to get it rounded up. Alright, I switched out to my longer tool rest. Got it right there. Okay. Alright, so this is it. I've got some burn marks on here where my parting tool burned it. And got a hole in the back, but that's okay. I'm not worried about that. I'm going to go ahead and get this nub off of here and get that burn part off. Alright, so there's our finished handle. Alright, we've got to mark center of our handle so that we can then drill a hole down through the middle of it. So, let's make a couple of lines on here. Alright, that should be enough for us to get that lined up. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, that should do it. Alright, now we got the hole drilled down in the bottom. And we got to figure out kind of how we want this to look. The handle's looks a little big for this, but it'll be all right. I think I want the handle right about there. So I need to see, stick this wire up in there and see how deep the hole is. Use that. Okay, so I'm going to cut it right about on there's a little shiny spot right here. I'm going to cut it off right there. Be right back. Alright, so I just took it over to the vise, cut the end off, and then I ground it just to kind of round it over on the end. And now I'm going to shove it down on there. There we go, just a pressure fit. Well, let's see. Screw that back on. Tighten that up. Okay. Okay, here it is. There's the handle finished on it, and we're going to try to brand this piece of wood right here. Now, this is made out of aluminum, and it really should be made out of brass, but I have never milled anything on the CNC machine other than wood, and so I wasn't sure how it was going to do, so I tried this aluminum. So the tricky part's going to be getting it hot without melting it. So we'll see. I might just ruin this entire project here, but hopefully we can get it hot enough to... I'm not going to heat the front because I'm pretty sure I'd melt the letters off. Oh, you know what? I've got one of those thermometer things that'll tell me how hot this is getting. Hang on. Okay, so far we're only at 120 degrees. Okay, we're at about 400 degrees. And we're going to brand this. Okay. Well, the brand worked really good, but what I forgot was you got to reverse it. So, I'm going to have to make another one sometime and reverse that image. But anyway, the technique worked great. Yeah, it does really good. All right. Okay, I made another one today, and there you go. Works like a charm, and I think the aluminum may actually turn out to be okay. You know, you have to get aluminum to like 1200 degrees to melt it, and as I have been heating this with the torch, I don't seem to be able to get it above like 400 or 500 degrees. So it may be fine just to, I'll probably just continue to use this one until I mess it up. All right, hope you enjoyed it.